You can do anything you want to a ceramic coated vehicle. It's been, unloved.
Yes.
Stand back, Joe. Look out.
We're going to talk about one of our favorite processes to do, and this is something Adam taught me a while ago, which is claying your car during washing. Now, what we've done to this car is we fully washed it, okay? We took the mitt to it, we did a whole 2-bucket wash to it, and after we did that, we rinsed it all off. So all the loose dirt and grime is off of the car, okay? That's very important during this process. Now, at this point, there's 2 ways to go. One way is dry it like a pro, which if you want to know how to do that, click the link right up here. And the other way to go is to clay your car and remove bond and contamination during the washing process. So there's a couple tools and a couple things you can do, which Adam's going to talk about now, of how to clay your car during washing.
The reason I like to clay my car during washing is that it's one less step. Also, if your contamination is not so horrible, the clay mitt will remove it.
Yeah.
The clay mitt removes about 75% of contamination.
Yeah.
There's about 25% that's too gnarly and it won't come off with this. Serious paint overspray, some types of tree sap, you're gonna have to use a clay bar to get off.
Well,
so just remember.
If it's that bad, you're probably gonna be fully detailing it anyways.
Fully.
So this, I kind of treat this more as like a maintenance, you know, like a more standard clay every, I don't know, how often do you do it? Every couple months?
Every other oil change.
There you go, exactly.
I mean, it's about driving.
Yeah.
It's not about time.
Yeah.
Time passing doesn't put stuff on your car. Unless you're parked underneath a tree, then time passing will put stuff on your car.
Yeah.
It's miles.
Okay.
How many miles have you driven? Every 5,000 miles, you're gonna have enough crud on your car that you're gonna wanna clay it.
Yeah.
So right now, this thing is bumpy.
Yeah,
you know?
for sure.
Rub it. No, it's not like, oh, I think I feel something. Oh, it's been, unloved.
Yes.
However, at this point, we can probably clay it using a clay mitt, which is way bigger than a clay bar, in probably somewhere between 7 and 12 minutes.
Yeah.
7 to 12 minutes? Watch this.
Yeah.
Once it's clean, the fastest way to do it, I'm gonna go ahead and refoam the car, refoam it, and I'm gonna use about 1/3 of the foam that I used last time because I don't need to fully douse it. The other thing I have going for me right now, and this is important to note, I've got evening air right now.
Yeah.
If you've got middle of the day sun right now, that's a totally different situation.
Yeah.
You might opt not to do this.
Yeah.
On a hot car, this clay mitt will not be as effective as it is on a cool car.
Yeah, you can actually get transfer.
That's
which
right.
you don't want.
It'll transfer. So make sure you know, I'm gonna give the temperature under 80 degrees.
Yeah, I love that.
Under 80, you can do this,
Yeah.
okay? Over 80, pull it in the garage and fully use detail spray and clay it, okay?
Yeah.
Fair?
Yep.
All right.
So again, I just want to say, we're using the same suds, the mega foam is inside this, same exact foam cannon, same exact solution that was in here when we washed the car initially.
Exactly.
So we're essentially foaming the car a second time.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Stand back, Joe. Look out. See how much less foam I'm putting on. Okay. Now, did you see how much foam I put on there? A little bit more, right there. There's always a lot of crud below the wheel. So let's go ahead and just do this area right now. Guess where my nozzle is? Right where I left it in my right front pocket. Click. Okay. I'm going to continue to use the clean side of my 2-bucket method. I've already got it sudsed up with some water, and now, when I go ahead and clay this, I can be so quick because I got so much lubrication. There's no dirt on here, so I don't need to constantly go back to the bucket. Ooh.
So essentially what you're doing is you're using the foam as a lubrication agent.
That is correct.
Yeah.
And I'm going back to the bucket to rinse off a little bit. As soon as you hear, did you hear that? You could hear friction.
Yeah.
You know I've picked up some crud. I want to go back and get that off, dunk it in the bucket, rinse it, and then here I go back at it.
And when you're doing it, you can hear, when the clay mitt goes over, you can hear it drag. That's pulling the bumps off. Once you hear it go smooth, you can move on.
Yep.
Yeah.
So here we go.
The other thing I love about the clay mitt is the fact that he can put his hand inside of it. So when he's doing this, he doesn't run the risk of dropping the clay on the ground. Like if you were holding a clay bar, it could slide out of your hand. The clay mitt is just so effective while you're doing this portion.
Okay, and the last part I'm doing, the very last before I go back to the bucket, the very, very bottom, below the belt line. That's gonna be the nastiest, it's gonna be the bumpiest, and I wanna make sure I do that well. Okay,
You want me to take it from you?
Yeah, I do. I want you to take over, Joe.
I don't want you to spend too much energy here.
I know, but I'm getting my exercise. I have not exactly been Mr. Exercise lately. I've been on a holiday kind of diet.
Yeah, right?
You know what I mean? Not too worried about it. I've been growing. All right, go for it, Joe. You can go ahead and do a little bit in front. Okay, so you guys got the big picture. The big picture is claying your vehicle while it's soapy before you do the final rinse will give you the ability to clay a car in 1/3 the time, or probably 1/10 the time that'll take you to use a small bar to go around the whole vehicle.
Here's a quick question. Can you do this to a ceramic coated vehicle?
Of course.
100%.
You can do anything you want to a ceramic coated vehicle. Your ceramic coated vehicle is bulletproof. That sucker's good. You don't need to worry about your ceramic coated vehicles. One more thing that you almost didn't do, Joe, and I didn't either. Almost didn't get the windshield, which you always want to get, because man, are there bug guts that sometimes are so hard to get off. So hard. So, oh, I can feel that is bumpy. And then the middle of the hood. Oh,
got it?
Got it. All right. Want to hop up there, Joe?
Yeah,
You can get this side of the, by the way, get your sunroof. Always get your sunroof, okay? That makes it nice. Joe, you're gonna jump up there.
Yeah.
And because cleaning it is hard when there's little water stains and things on it. Much easier once you remove all those with the clay mitt. Now,
Well, and the roof too. I mean, if you go to a restaurant and you park under a tree,
yeah,
the hood and the roof gets a lot of that tree sap on there.
I'm feeling right now to make sure we got everything. If I feel that I can still feel a lot of contamination on there, well then guess what? I might need to hit it one more time, and I might go with the clay bar. Remember, the Visco Clay Bar is our most effective bar. If you have contamination that's a little bit more sturdy, really heavy duty paint overspray, stuff like that, you may need to still use a clay bar. This is the kind of thing that I like to do for what I call an express detail. Wash it, clay it, and then you know what I'm gonna do next, Joe?
What's that?
You know I'm gonna do it. H2O Garden Gloss.
Oh, 100%.
That's just the way to go. The express detail, between details, we used to call it the daily driver detail, Joe.
Yeah.
One of the best videos we ever shot.
Yeah, I love that.
Yeah, my wife's old 2011, new 2011 Yukon XL.
Yep.
Black one.
Yep.
Anyway, that's how we're gonna go ahead and move this thing down. So now that we've got this thing clayed,
Now we're gonna go ahead and rinse it, and then we're gonna dry it like a pro.
let's do it.